Hello and welcome to another episode of Bloodhouse, the show where we talk about art house horror films. I'm your host, Joshua Conkle.
And I'm your co-hostess with the mostest, Drusilla Adeline. How are we doing this week, Josh? We have a special guest in studio.
We have a very special guest.
In studio is big in quotes because this is over Zoom.
She is a writer. She's a columnist for Dread Central, and she is the co-host of the weekly podcast, A Nightmare on Fear Street. It's Sharai Bohannon.
Woo!
Hi, Sharai.
Hi, thank you for having me. I love this show.
Oh, thank you. Thank you for dealing with my tech issues. I'm such an idiot. I have such a problem with tech.
We are California bimbos. I don't know who let us have a podcast, but we're trying.
No,
It's awful.
This decade's on hard mode, so if something's easy, I don't trust it anymore.
Mm-hmm.
It's true.
Yeah.
It's really true. How are you? What have you been up to?
I have been working my way through Joseph Quinn's resume because that's where I'm at in life.
Oh my gosh.
He's always the best part, even if I hate the project. And I love that for him. I hate that for me.
Give us some highlights or lowlights.
Okay, so first off, Dickensian, it's a whole series. It's on Britbox. I had to get a friend's password because that's where I'm at. He's really good, but he looks 12, and I don't like that math for myself. And his scene partner is also very attractive, and I'm like, are these two gonna fuck? Because but also he looks 12, and so I don't know what is BBC's policy. He was 24. They did not fuck, even though I think it was heavily implied. They were supposed to. Yeah.
That's the thing that will happen as you age, I think. Now that I'm in my 40s, the people that are sex symbols, like Timothée Chalamet, I'm like, that's a child. That looks like literally a child.
No. The other day for Dread, I put together a thirst trap guide of Netflix men, and I put Chance on there from Sabrina. And I made the mistake of Googling how young he is, and I was like, wait, that means that first season, oh no. And I just left the internet.
I know, it's true. At some point on Sabrina, I found out that Kiernan Shipka was born the year that I graduated high school.
Oh, no.
I was like, oh, okay. And then when you'd be on set, sometimes the kids would be like, I call them the kids, obviously, and they'd be like, hey, we're going to go to this fancy new restaurant. Do you want to come? And I'm like, I probably shouldn't, since I'm 20 years older than all of you.
It's so awkward, because I've been turning 25 for so long that I forget sometimes I'm not really 25.
Yeah, I do too. I feel as young as I ever did. Better, actually, because my nutrition is better, and I exercise, and I didn't do those things when I was in my 20s. And so I feel better than I did when I was in my 20s, but I am certainly not in my 20s. I mean, I hurt my shoulder a couple of years ago, and at the doctor, I was like, how can I prevent this from happening when I work out? And he was like, I don't know, can you be 25?
That's the most LA doctor thing I've ever heard in my entire life.
So fucked up. Okay, that's interesting. Anything else from the oeuvre of Quinn?
I also, as much as I hated Howard's End, I kind of also lived for his 15 minutes. Mm-hmm. Even though because I'm a heathen and I never actually read the novel because America homeschooled, yada yada. I was like, did he just get taken out by a bookcase? Did baby daddy just die by a bookcase? But it was a whole heart condition we didn't know about until the end. And I was like, okay.
That book is worth reading. It's
that
really
book is
good.
worth
I've
reading.
Never seen...
And the 90s film with Helena Bonham Carter is definitely worth seeing.
Yes. I haven't seen the new miniseries.
The new miniseries is on Stars, and it's fine. I don't know. I don't know. Something about how women were written back then makes me a little bit itchy, even though I'm like, ooh, costumes, ooh, acting, ooh, sets. Yeah. But then I'm just like, so you're not mad that he didn't give you your property? You're not going to have a conversation? Is that what? Huh?
That book is infuriating because of that. But I kind of like the way it ends.
Right?
It's so good.
Yeah.
I have such a love for certain hallmarks of British literature that but it infuriates me because they keep getting adapted and I'm like, we're done. We did it.
Yeah.
We don't need another Rebecca. We have Rebecca. It's perfect.
Exactly.
We don't need 3 more. We've got Wuthering Heights.
We don't need Emma. We've got Clueless.
Thank you. Thank you.
We're fine.
Right?
We've got the Kate Bush song of Wuthering Heights. We don't need it on the movie.
It really is the best adaptation of that book.
when She's All That did Pygmalion, we need to be done then. We're like, you know what? Shut it down.
Wrap it
Rachel Lee Cook, Freddie Prinze Jr. ended. No more.
Wrap it up. Yeah. Drusilla, how about you?
I've been having a very jam-packed week of watching. It's been great. I've been having a very good time. I got to see Ghost World and Airheads in theaters over at the New Beverly for Buscemi Double, because he's my boy, and I'm a huge Airheads fan.
I'm a huge Ghost World fan. It's one of the most important movies on Earth to me.
Ghost World is one of the most troubling movies on Earth for me, because every single time I watch it, I'm always like, why don't I watch Ghost World more? This is so fun. And then by the second half of it, I'm like, I'm going to fucking kill myself.
It's so sad.
I hate myself as a person. This movie makes me like myself less. It's so upsetting. And that's why I only watch it like once a decade. But I love it, but I also hate myself when I watch it. And then Airheads is just like the trashiest Midwestern, like 14-year-old boy good time. But
Ghost World.
Oh, go ahead.
Sorry, go ahead. I was just going to say, Ghost World is interesting because it has like a lesson for people like us a little bit, like a warning, because it's like, it may be fun and satisfying to be out of step with the rest of society and to like things that no one else likes, but ultimately it's going to make you lonely.
I don't think that's this. I don't think that's the lesson of it. I don't think that like the loneliness is like a byproduct. I think it's okay to be out of step with the world, and it's okay, and it's like great and awesome to be the weird hipster girl who's like getting shit from the flea market and getting obsessed with, you know, weird Bollywood movies. But you kind of still need to have kindness, or else then that's when you get left in the isolation and loneliness. That whole movie just feels like a skewering of 90s, like, ironic culture.
Yes, yeah.
Which is just devastating to watch. Because you're like,
also,
I'm like these characters, and then by the end of it, I'm going, I don't want to be like these characters. I don't want to be like these characters.
Every single scene in the art class is so incredible with Ileana Douglas. I love Ileana Douglas. It's so Mirror Father Mirror is like a banger.
It's a banger, but it's also one of those things that like I saw that movie in like late middle school, early high school, and I was like, ha 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 ha. And then I saw it again in college, and I was like, oh no, I've made that film. Oh no, shit, I made Mirror Father Mirror. Fuck.
Do you know what? Mirror Father Mirror is an art house horror movie.
Yes, it is.
We should do a mini-sode about it.
I think we're doing it right now.
I think we are. You're right.
Anyway, that was lovely. I've been binging a lot of Italian horror. But the thing that I am absolutely in love with right now, that I watched in the span of 2 days, and I could have done it in 1 day, is the new adaptation of A League of Their Own, which is being done as a series. It's over on Prime, and it was created by Will Graham, who did Mozart in the Jungle, and co-created and co-written by Abby Jacobson of Broad City. So it's an update of A League of Their Own and the story of that women's baseball league in the 1940s. Yeah. However, this time it's written and created by two queers.
Yeah.
So the show does a really amazing job of looking back at that point in history and telling that story. And like, yeah, it's got all the fun and female camaraderie of the Penny Marshall movie. But it is so much more about the lives of queer women in the 40s. That is the focus of the show. It feels more like the L Ward 1940 than it does a baseball show. It's the kind of thing where when you watch the 90s movie of A League of Their Own, you're kind of like, baseball is so fun, but these girls seem a little fruity. Meanwhile, the new show is like, wow, lesbians are awesome. I think maybe they might play baseball? Like, I love it. And it also has, and this is not like a spoiler, but like, there is a trans character on the show who is one of the single best depictions of a trans character I have ever seen, who's treated with so much love and compassion and kindness, and who's allowed to be their own person and in such a like positive and healthy relationship. And I lost it. I cried almost every episode. It's fucking incredible.
I can't wait.
Wow.
And it does a really good job because only half of the show is about all the white ladies who get to play on the Gina Davis team, basically.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
The other half of the show is about Max Chapman, who's like the one African American woman who wanted to join that team, who's from that town, and they're like, no. And so it's about her like paralleling their story, doing everything that she can to like get a job in a munitions factory, to try and join the factory's baseball team because that team's integrated, and like and then even facing sexism and racism there, and then also dealing with queerness within the Black community in the 40s. And it is so fucking incredible. Rosie O'Donnell comes back as a lovely new character. It's very fun to see her returning because I love Rosie so much. It's just great. It is just like, it is Queer Joy, the series. It is so fun and lovely and light and uplifting, and it like kind of saved me this week. It was so good. I cannot highly recommend it enough. Everyone needs to
I've been
see
hearing
it.
a lot of good things about that.
Yeah. I've been excited for it for a minute because I think we all saw that movie like 9,000 times as children.
Yeah.
Yes.
Walking around singing the sad song for the credits for no reason.
Yeah.
And so I was like, ooh, we're going to do this with Abby Jacobson. And I'm happy that it's not Mrs. Maisel in it. Because, yeah, that's all I'll say about that.
I mean, it's Abby Jacobson and Darcy Carden from The Good Place, kind of as the leads.
I love Darcy Carden.
Carden styled in like 1940s Joan Crawford look is like,
yes.
Top tier. But it's because it's them. They kind of still have that modern improv kind of comedic styling to it, which I've heard a lot of people are like very annoyed that they're doing that in this, but like it's still naturalistic. It's still the way people talk. Like, fuck off.
Right.
It's genuinely funny, and it's a really good way of like grounding the series and the characters. I've heard a lot of people like be mad at how queer it is and be mad at like the representation of Hispanic and African American characters on it. And I'm like, because they're like, they weren't playing on those teams. And it's like, yes, the white passing Hispanic people were. Yes, it was almost all lesbians. And yes, there were plenty of African American women who were playing baseball then who, yes, were not allowed on that team, but they were still playing baseball at the time. And it's important to tell those stories in conjunction. So fuck y'all.
People
It's
get so
great.
I
pressed.
feel like the madder people are, the better the show is. And so I need to like move this even higher up in my list of things to watch immediately.
It's just lovely and charming. I don't get where anyone could be mad at it other than being, a dog shit human being. Anyway, Josh, what have you been up to?
Oh gosh. Well, I saw 2 new horror movies that I absolutely hated.
Woo!
So I better not talk about them for my own livelihood, but I'd be interested if anyone could guess. If you want to DM the show or me and guess which 2 new movies I really hated, they're both horror movies, then do that and I'll let you know if you're right or not. But beyond that, for reasons that I probably can't talk about, I've been watching a ton of Mario Bava movies and rewatching. I've seen most of them, but trying to fill in the gaps of the ones that I haven't seen and rewatch ones that I haven't seen in a long time. And the one that I was so struck by, which I guess shouldn't be a surprise, is Blood and Black Lace, which I saw a screening of years ago at the Egyptian, and I'd seen before, but I don't know, it just hit different this time, and I'm just obsessed with it.
It's incredible. I also recently rewatched it. It is one of my go-to like comfort movies.
Yeah.
Which is so fucked up to say.
I know.
It is so achingly beautiful. Like no movie looks like it.
No.
And no movie ever before or since has been so like erotic in some of its kills.
Mm-hmm.
Like it really seems like they were like, Mario, we can't have these women like screaming and like bleeding on the ground. That's too much. Have them tone it down a little bit. Fine. They'll just writhe and moan instead. And it's like, guys,
I love a horror movie that's glamorous, basically. Like, and it's just straight up set in the fashion industry with models as the characters. It's like, why isn't this happening all the time, constantly? Like, this is on I have a list of fashion horror films on Letterboxd, and of course this is on there, but like, I don't know why the fashion industry and horror aren't constantly meshed together, because it's the best thing ever. You get like this, and you get The Eyes of Laura Mars, and like so many great movies are set in that milieu. And it's like my obsession right now is to write and direct a fashion horror film.
I rewatched it recently, and then I immediately put on Bava's Hatchet for the Honeymoon after, which is a perfect B picture, because that's also set in the fashion industry. But it was made like 10 years later, and it's like a lot trashier. But it's also like weird and super experimental. They make a killer double bill. What was it about Blood and Black Lace that hit different for you this time?
I think, honestly, I think that doing this show has made my taste a bit stranger and, dare I say, more sophisticated.
Good.
I think my palate has just changed in the last 2 years. Because I don't know why, and this doesn't seem to be the case for everybody, but this has been happening for me. The longer I spend in this genre, which is, at this point is my whole life, really, the more specific and whatever my taste becomes. Like, I can't sit through just a new slasher movie that's like every slasher movie. Like, it has to be something stranger or more arty or something. Like, my taste is just like more specific and different.
I mean,
the more movies I watch.
Yes. The same thing has happened to me. And it is exactly the joke about how much the internet has ruined people's sexual appetites. About how I'm just going to go online to look at some pornography now. And it's like 2 years later. Uh-oh. There's blood and like animals and shit in this. What the fuck happened?
Right. Like, before you know it, you're only turned on by like, hentai tentacle
and balloons popping, and you're like, motherfucker! I thought I was normal.
It's that, but for horror films, for me, like that's truly it.
Yeah, after a while, you can't deal with like some guy running around in a mask stabbing Coeds anymore. Now you have to have like a jazzy European mid-century score, lots of nude women writhing around, homoerotic muscle men, and like bisexual lighting on everything.
Yeah, and all vibe, no story, just vibes.
All story, no vibes. All vibes, no story. Yep.
It's the worst and the best.
Oh, it's the best. As someone who was kind of never into slashers, I'm just like, nope. I did. I feel like a fancy cat who like you put like standard like cat food in front of it, and you're just like, no. I want the wet food.
But I have to.
I want fancy feast.
Yeah.
Slashers are my blankie, but like I'm one of those people like to pretend I want something more artistic. So I'm like, oh no, I'm gonna go watch this. Oh yeah, in the 70s cult situation. But then I'm watching people catch it in the chest at Camp Crystal Lake every fucking Friday. So like I don't know.
I love Friday the... I mean, I do love slashers, but it's hard for me to get excited by a new movie that I know is just a slasher. Because I'm like, okay, well, I've had 30 years of this. So, like, unless I hear that it's clever in some way or there's something different about it, then it's hard for me to feel excited about it. Same with franchise films. It's hard for me to feel excited for a new sequel in a franchise series.
So you're saying you're not excited for Scream without Neve Campbell, and you're not hype about They/Them?
Well... I will say nothing about They/Them, but except that if that's one of your guesses, it's right.
Yeah. I knew it! I was going to ask afterwards.
I mean, first of all, as a trans individual in the horror scene, you could not pay me to watch a movie called They/Them.
I didn't make it all the way through, I will admit. But but in regards to Scream, you know that my best friend is Michael Kennedy, who's the world's biggest Scream fan. So if I ever said anything negative about Scream, I would never hear it. I would never hear the end.
So why would you say anything negative about it? Why would you even say that, Josh? It sounds like you're going to say that, but I know you would never say anything negative about Scream, so why would you even say that you might?
So in answer to your question about it, I'm so excited for the next Scream movie. I'm so excited that I'm screaming, crying, throwing up. Nose is bleeding.
Yeah, Six Cream is going to be great.
Six Cream. Well, listen, let's talk about the reason for the season, which is the amazing movie that Sharai has brought to us. This is a movie from 2016. It's a South Korean movie written and directed by Na Hung Jin. It is The Wailing.
왜 그렇게 소문이 바다한 말이오? 무슨 이유가 있는 거요? 이유가 요새 자꾸 동네에서 사람 죽어나가는 거. 그 군인이랑 뭐 연관 있는 거요? 싹 다 그 양반이 오늘 생긴 일들 아니오? 왜 다 뭔 일이다 그래? 모두 다 죽어버려. 직접 본 거야? 한번 봤지? 맞는가? 이 뭐가 이제 이거 뭐야 이거? 아따. 자네 며칠 전에 만나면 안 돼.
Now, Sharai, why did you choose The Wailing?
I really, really found out I love Korean horror these last couple of years while doing a podcast, or 3. And I've never seen this one because she's long, so I won't make myself sit down and do her. But I was like, for a different podcast, yes, that's a good excuse. Then I have to sit and focus. And so I watched her twice the last 24 hours.
Oh my gosh.
Woof. Woof.
I have no attention span, and so I know I'm missing basic shit, and so I'm like, I have to go back through. So I'm not like, what was the name of the child? And people are like, why are you here?
I think that the length must be people's deterrent because it's a great fucking movie. It's a banger. I mean, it has a 99% on Rotten Tomatoes, critically and commercially very successful upon release. It's really well made and really, really good. And I've seen people refer to this as like a slow burn, but it's not at all. No. It's full of story and it gets started right away.
It's also like consistently gross from the jump.
Yeah.
Yes. I'm one of those people who are like, ew, movies are too long nowadays. I am that bitch. I'm sorry, but I'm not sorry. And so I'm like, more than 90 minutes for whomst. Yeah. And I started this, I was like, this is all we're getting? Just 2.5 hours? Yeah. I need like another hour, easy. So I love to see it. I love to see it.
Yeah, it was very interesting because I watched it and like the entire time I'm like, ooh, yeah. I reached a certain point where I'm like, whoa, that feels like a climactic thing, and you're like, we still have 40 minutes left. Bitch, what? And then you get to, like, right before the end, and you're like, I need like 40 more minutes.
I know.
The shit!
It feels like an 8-episode long, like, premium cable streaming show. You know what I mean? Like, it could just as easily be that, because you get so much story, and it constantly pulls the rug out from under you. It's constantly changing genres. Like, at first, it feels like a zombie film, and then it's like a possession film, and then a ghost story, and...
Well, it's also, like, a cop procedural at the beginning that's got, like... it starts out with a good amount of humor and kind of like bumbling cops trying to solve this weird case.
Right.
And so I was like, oh, okay, like Memories of Murder. Memories of Murder is like bumbling cops and humor into this dark story trying to solve this weird case. But then it's like, nope, zombies, demonic possession.
Yeah. Koreans are so good at bouncing tone. Sorry, go ahead, Sharai.
I would just say it was yes and in the best of ways because like I knew nothing about it because I don't like to ruin things. I'm a ruiner normally. Yeah. So I'm like in a movie, I'm like, oh really? M. Night Shyamalan, we're gonna do this. And so I know nothing. I know it's called The Wailing. I know it's Korean. That's all I need to know. I'm in. And so I'm like, are these zombies? Is it an infection? What? And it's like, yes, and. Keep up, bitch. Keep up. Yes, and. And I'm like, okay, I'm sorry.
Just a quick synopsis for this that I will do off the top of my head, as I always do, because I'm not prepared, is, so there's a police officer named Jong-gu in a rural village in South Korea. He's played as sort of like a likable, bumbling, oafish, cop. And early in the morning, he's called to a crime scene where there has been a double murder, and the killer, the whites are back, their eyes are rolled back in their head, they have boils all over their body. And this keeps happening, and it kind of feels like an infection or zombie situation in some weird way. But as closer he gets to it, the closer he gets to this Japanese man who's come to this village, and there's a lot of suspicion around him because he's a foreigner and an outsider. And it gets closer and closer to our cop Gong-gu until whatever is spreading happens to his daughter, and he's in a race against the clock to try to figure out what's going on. That's kind of it. Anything to amend or change?
That sounds about right.
That's it, yeah.
Yeah.
That is so just the scratching the surface of it, because it, like we've said a million times, it's like every genre meshed together. It's funny and scary. It's genuinely scary. I thought there's moments that are really creepy. Yeah.
It just got gross for me. So I also knew nothing about this movie going into it. I first heard about it when I was working on the release of A Tale of Two Sisters.
I love that one.
That's my favorite Korean horror movie. We covered it on this podcast as our first Korean horror movie because I'm obsessed with that movie.
Yeah, you did.
We did.
I was agreeing, and yes.
Yep. And so there's an amazing booklet in that release that does a really great deep dive into the history of horror in South Korea and South Korean filmmaking specifically. And like every single essay kept mentioning The Wailing, and I was like, you're saying this like I know what this is. I should know what The Wailing movie is. And they were talking about it like it was the South Korean Exorcist. Like it's this like huge movie from South Korea and everything else is in the shadow of The Wailing. And I was like, I've never heard of this. What? And then it started like popping up. Like every streaming service I would go to would summon, like it would be right there. And I was like, how have I missed this whole time? And so it's from the moment we started this podcast, it's been on the list because it's like, I need to watch this freaking thing. So, I had no clue what it was about. And then as soon as we start getting into like, oh yeah, people, with like whited over eyes and like covered in boils and they're like uncontrollable and freaking out, I was like, no, oh god, no, please tell me this isn't zombies and infection. No, oh Christ, no, because that is like my least favorite genre of anything ever.
Oh really?
And with like, you know, COVID and monkeypox exasperating my general already fear of like infectious disease, woo,
yeah,
it's not having a fun time with it. And then I was like, oh, it's a possession movie.
Yeah.
Oh, that's a little bit better. That's slightly less gross, but it's still like this. I don't think I found this movie scary as much as I just found it consistently gross. Like I kept having to like look away, or like I watched it in bed on an iPad, so I was constantly picking up a stuffed animal to cover the screen because I'm a baby.
This sounds like a you thing though, because I don't think the movie actually is that gross. I mean, compared to other movies that it sounds like it's like a hang up that you have. Is that fair?
I think it's extremely gross.
I don't
but
think it's
the stuff that I find gross is like bodily fluids.
Right.
And like someone puking blood or something is like the gross thing in the world to me.
Okay.
And this movie has a bit of that.
It was the skin rashes for me.
Same.
Because I'm usually good about like the things that are gross, but like that on top of just the overall creepiness. So I was catching a little bit of both. I was like, I don't like this. I'm unsettled. Does this man have claws now?
Yeah.
So, yeah.
I didn't find it gross. I found it scary. Or not. It is gross, of course, but a lot of horror movies are gross, and it's not like Audition or something like. Which, speaking of, the Japanese man is in Audition.
Oh, really?
Yeah, he's in Audition and Ichi the Killer.
Who does he play in Audition?
He's the filmmaker friend.
Oh my fucking god!
Isn't that amazing? So I didn't find it like excessively gross. I just found it scary. I thought the demon was really scary. I thought, you know, the killings were scary when people were possessed or whatever is going on with them. Yeah.
No, I found it was just unsettling, I think. Because like I was like, who can we trust? Which I still don't know. I watched it twice. I'm like, I trust no one, including this Exorcist. Even though the Exorcist was lit. I'm not gonna lie. I've also found out I love a Korean Exorcist in a horror movie these last couple years.
The shaman is fascinating in this movie.
Listen.
This man is all style, no substance. And again, we love that here. This man comes out with his amazing Technicolor dream coat and dances out the devil to the best of his ability.
I caught myself shimmying and I was like, what is going on? Why am I this way?
There is a scene in which there are kind of like battling spiritual ceremonies happening. With one is being held in a very small room with chickens freaking out hanging from the ceiling, as a man is slowly beating a drum, and the other one is held outside in a courtyard with bright colors and kind of a bit more of a festive vibe, but still like blood and knives and shit, but it's much faster drum beating. And when we cut back and forth, we were like very jarred by the tempo change.
Yeah.
But goddamn, yeah, I just want to like hang out with that shaman in that scene because I was like, let's get this going. This sounds like a party I want to be at.
I wrote down hot shaman because he's so hot. He's young. He's maybe like 30. He's wearing like a turtleneck and a blazer combo that's so chic.
He rolls into town like a celebrity.
Yeah.
He was so hot, I didn't trust him. And that says a lot about me and where I'm at in my life.
But you were right to not trust him. No spoilers, but you were right. A shaman, everyone knows a shaman should be like an old, craggy man or woman, you know? Like,
he's not like a young, hip guy who charges $10K per exorcism.
Right?
No celebrity shamans. We don't do that.
If you want to swipe right on him, you don't want him to hold an exorcism.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyway, so Gangu is, investigating these cases. When it starts to happen to his daughter, his little girl starts to get boils on her legs and arms and starts to act out violently towards her family. That little girl's a great actor, I thought.
Listen.
Didn't she win an award for like best newcomer?
I don't know. She deserves it.
I think she did.
Though. Yeah.
Yeah.
Like,
Incredible.
She was a mood. Like, when she shifted, she fucking shifted.
Yeah.
She like hits every level of like innocent, sweet little child to like distressed, scared kid who doesn't know what's going on to like manic freaking out to just like silent, like angry, like there's a scene that there's like in the history of cinema, there's only one other scene of a woman sitting on the floor of a kitchen eating in front of an open refrigerator as fucked up as the one in this movie.
Yeah.
And that's Louise Lasser in Blood, not Blood Feast, Blood Rage.
Blood Rage. I thought you were going to say Jennifer's Body.
Oh, Jennifer's Body has that too,
Yeah.
but that's not nearly as fucked up as either of those two.
Yeah.
Because the way the girl is just sitting on the floor, legs spread out, like emotionless, and just cramming everything into her
Like
face.
eating fish.
Eating fish at the table earlier, but when she's like sitting, she comes back home at night, and the mother and the grandmother are like at the other end of the kitchen, like, whoa, fuck, don't move.
That moment and like the moment where they're trying to like hold her back because the father like was like, I'm gonna go check on this rash. And she woke up like, are you lifting my skirt, you little motherfucker? And he's like, whoa. And they're holding her back. She's like, I'll kill you all, you motherfuckers. So I was like, this bitch has snapped. Give her all the awards. I would love to be her assistant.
She's like Linda Blair good.
I was gonna say, no shade to Linda Blair, but Linda Blair didn't have to do that much range. And also, that wasn't Linda Blair's voice. There was Mercedes Cambridge's voice, so...
The story of that voice in The Exorcist is so fucked up. Like, when you hear that she'd, like, been in recovery for alcoholism, and she's like, what made me sound this evil was when I was drinking, so she started drinking again to do the voice of the demon, like, on purpose. And just, like, that whole story of that woman that did the voice is so interesting.
Mercedes Cambridge is incredible.
Yeah.
But there's so many fucked up things that happened during the making of The Exorcist. It's insane.
If your movie breaks both of your lead actresses, maybe you could do something different.
If your movie has an actual serial killer as an extra, you're doing things wrong.
Listen,
I think it's all worth it. Sorry. I you know how I am about moralism? I'm like, I don't care. Break anyone's back to make The Exorcist. Not really, but a little bit. How about all the scenes with the demon in this? Like, so there's a scene where a man is going hunting in the woods and he comes across the demon eating like a dead deer. And it's edited so well. The editing in this movie is insanely good.
right?
So scary. That demon scared the crap out of me. Anyone else? Am I alone here? I thought it was so scary.
I did not like it.
I'm not a fan of the demon by any means. Yeah, I mean, the way that sequence is shot and filmed is great because a man is like foraging in the woods, picks up a deer, falls down a cliffside, and then wakes up.
Yeah.
After this like near death event, and then only to see like a naked man at the edge of his vision in a diaper eating the deer carcass and like covered in dirt and blood and shit. And upsetting.
As scary as he is, he also looks and plays a bit like Gollum from Lord of the Rings.
Yes.
One
of the things that's really interesting about this movie is that it does deal with a lot of spiritualism and like demons and the idea of zombies and demonic possession and like
you're getting
weird kind of spiritual things like that. But it's very grounded in the way that it depicts them until the like last shot of the movie. Yeah. The entire time there's a lot of conversation about like ghosts and like, oh, it's like clearly not a ghost, it's clearly a man.
Yeah.
Every single time. Like, it's not a demon's a ghost, and this is a person with flesh and blood.
Yeah, you've got all sorts of shamanism, witchcraft, Catholicism, all of these different spiritual practices are in the mix.
There's a really interesting turn of phrase that keeps popping up throughout the movie, which is whenever anything weird happens, it's either a cop interviewing a victim, or a concerned citizen going to a priest, or something like that. Multiple times people ask someone who has experienced the things that are happening in this movie, did you see it with your own eyes? That line keeps happening. And then the time that it like rings home the most is when this poor young deacon who's trying to become a priest goes to the like Monsignor and is like, this fucking shit is happening. We need to do an exorcism or something. And the priest is like, did you see it with your own two eyes? We really shouldn't believe things unless we see them with our own two eyes. And I'm like, you're a priest! Fuck you!
2-3, who's, I forget the actual name, but the translation was 2-3.
Oh, yeah.
I took a look at that baby, I was like, you're not gonna make it. I don't know what your end game is.
Yeah. He was great. There is an interesting element to this movie about kind of like, I don't know, xenophobia or a fear of outsiders, because all suspicions are sort of swirling around this Japanese man who lives in the woods outside of the village. I thought it was an interesting theme of the movie. I wasn't sure about it because it turns out the movie kind of plays a trick on you in regards to this man. So I'm not sure what it was trying to say about that subject, if anything. But it was noticeable.
Yeah, because they're referring to him by kind of a slur, too, the entire movie.
The old World War II J slur.
Which is one of the more creative slurs, clearly.
Yeah.
But it's very uncomfortable to watch this whole town kind of delve just immediately into xenophobia. Like, everyone's like, something weird's happening. You know, that Japanese guy showed up here recently.
And because of that, I was rooting for him, even though I was like, I think he's a villain. Because I'm like, I don't know. Because they're telling stories that nobody was there. And I think, again, it's back to that you didn't see it with your own eyes. And so I'm like, they're piecing together what they think happened. And they seem very othering of him. So I'm rooting for him, even though it's not looking good.
And he seems like a sweet dude. He's like not saying anything. He's got a dog. And he's just like minding his own business.
Core life out in the woods like anyone would. The movie does play a real trick on you in regards to him. And there's even a prolonged sequence where there's kind of two ghosts that are warring for the trust of Gongu, and they're both telling him, like, trust me, don't believe that other person. And you truly don't know who's telling the truth for like a 15 minutes or something. You're like, what's happening here?
It's very upsetting.
Yeah.
I was like, this is too many mind games. How about everything else? Like, I just want to know who to believe. And they were like, no.
I will say, I don't really understand this movie logically by the end of the movie. And I had to read the Wikipedia. And I've seen this twice now. And I had to read the Wikipedia to understand what happened ultimately. Am I alone? Am I just dumb?
I had to as well.
Okay.
Yeah, because again, it's a lot. And you're like, ooh, shiny, pretty, gross.
Yeah.
And then you're like, but wait.
Right.
So yeah.
There is another ghost whose Korean name I can't remember, but translated it means no name, and she's like a beautiful young woman ghost who's dressed.
She's a
in
woman
white.
in white ghost, which is like a uniformly internationally kind of symbol of probably not the best.
Right. So she's kind of the other party opposite this demon who may or may not be the Japanese man, and. Yeah, it's
just kind of keeps appearing in the background.
Yeah.
Or popping up in scenes here and there.
Yeah.
And in the dream.
Yes. Mm-hmm. So I had to I had to like kind of read the Wikipedia at the end to be like, okay, who's the shaman versus this woman in white versus the Japanese man and the demon? What are they all vying for? I think something was like a little bit lost in translation to me in this movie that I didn't literally understand it, and that's okay. I don't have to understand everything. I felt like I understood it in sort of like a David Lynch emotional kind of way, but there actually is like a very logical story here that I just didn't happen to follow either time that I watched it, so I had to read about it.
No, I was in the same situation because I was like, I like it a lot, but I don't know.
Yeah.
And so I was doing like quick Googles, and the writer, this was apparently one of those projects written in response to a bunch of people the writer knew who had died. And I respect those projects. We all have one or two of those.
Yeah.
And so I think that maybe some of the things that are unclear is because like when you're writing and you're not ready to write about it, or you're writing and it's not fully healed, you're just like, gap.
And also with Asian cinema too, the East is so different than the West, right? So like if I watch a French movie, it's foreign, but it's still Western, and there's still cultural similarities. Korea is so different. It's same with Japan. Like if I watch a Miyazaki movie, if I watch Spirited Away, I'm like, how much of this to a Japanese audience would play like Cinderella or Snow White or some sort of fairy tale that's so entrenched into their psyches that they just understand it intuitively? I don't know to what extent their culture has that going on with those sorts of movies. And that's the way I felt like how elemental are these kinds of ghost stories to Koreans? I have no idea. So I just wondered how much of it was like lost in translation to a Westerner or not.
I get that, because there's a couple of movies where I'm just like, I sort of kind of see, like, for instance, Taiwan has The Sadness, which everybody is in love with.
I can't watch that movie. It's too much. Talk about gross. That movie, I was like, this is too much.
I love chaos. I'm a chaos queen, but it was too much chaos at times.
Yeah.
And it sort of just ended up with people like assaulting people, which because like it's one thing, but it's another thing to be like so gratuitously happy about it. Like am I okay to spoil things for this one just a little bit here?
For The Sadness or for The Wailing?
The Sadness.
Yeah,
go ahead.
We're not covering The Sadness.
Cool. So somebody gets assaulted in the eye.
Yeah.
And I'm like, that's a little extreme for me. Thank you.
Fucking even Fulci never did that.
Listen. And I'm like, that happened, but we cut away. So you know what? I'm going to try and look the other way. But the next time you see the person who did it, he's talking about what he did to her eye. And I was like, I don't know. Stop. And they're chasing around the lead. Towards the end, they're chasing around the lead and they're sort of yelling, is your pussy wet? And I was like, no, we don't need any of this. Because it's one thing to have bloody orgies with zombies holding intestines. Sexy times, I get it. But like when we were fucking people in the eye and yelling at your pussy wet for like 5 minutes, I'm like, do I need to be here?
Drusilla, I could not design a movie that was less for you than The Sadness.
Yeah, I'm gonna not watch it.
Yeah, it's extremely violent. It's way worse than Audition is. It's like, I found it really unwatchable. But well made. I mean, I'm not dragging the movie. It seemed to be well made. It was too much for me.
As soon as I heard zombie orgy, and I was like, nope.
They had me in the first half.
Yeah.
In the first half, I was like, solid 5. And then they're like, but guess what? And I was like, no.
I held out as long as I could, but it was too violent for me, which makes me feel like a Christian mom or something, and I hate being that way, but it was too much for me. I felt too sensitive.
Since a little snowflake, Joshy, you can't watch a little saddie movie.
I don't like gory movies. I'm just kidding. I do usually.
No, it was a good until it took those turns. It was a good time because, like, I was like, I don't mind a zombie orgy. Go for it. You want to hold some intestines? Go for it. Live your truths.
Yeah.
And then I was like, we need to take 3 steps back and take off some of these accessories before we get this runway. I don't like what we're doing here.
What movie would you like pair with this? I mean, it is 2.5 hours long, so probably you might not be up for a double feature, but let's say you were. I was thinking it would be fun with that Korean movie, The Host, because of like the daddy-daughter relationship.
Ooh.
And The Host is like sillier and more fun, so I felt like it would be like a palate cleanser.
I like that, but I might skip over into Singapore and bring out Revenge of the Pontiac instead.
Oh, I haven't seen that.
I don't know that film.
It's on Netflix, and like I need you both to watch it. Gorgeous. I don't want to ruin too much, but like She's a mood.
What
She's
is
a
it?
mood, and Revenge of the Pontionic.
Okay.
I'm from Missouri, so I might be saying it wrong,
That's
but
okay.
like we put in Revenge of,
Yeah,
you'll get
I'm writing
there.
it down.
But she's a mood. She's wearing dresses, and she's just like, I'm mad at this town, and they know why. And
Yeah.
you're like, I don't know why. She's like, you're gonna find out. Follow me.
Oh my god.
I love a revenge film.
Oh, she's amazing. She's one of my favorites that I found. And nobody has seen her. Like
Is it new or old?
I think she's like about 4 or 5 years old,
Okay.
maybe.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's new to me. I mean,
I've
we're always
never
watching
heard of
movies
it,
from the
so.
60s or 70s. What about you?
I found it on accident. Because we were looking for random international movies that I would want to watch.
Oh, yeah.
And I was like, this looks cool. I like her dress. And then I was like, it's also a good movie. Wins.
Yeah.
Wins across the board.
I mean, listen, it's an A+ for fashion alone. It
Yeah.
just happens to also be a good movie. That's just cherry on the top.
Right?
I feel like the movie that I kept like sneaking into my brain while watching this that I feel like would make a really fun double bill was Kiyoshi Kurosawa's Cure,
Oh, interesting.
which is also tracking the investigation of like some very mysterious deaths and suicides where people just all of a sudden snap and kill themselves and someone else, and it leads to a very mysterious figure who kind of lives out in the middle of nowhere, and there's some technology pieces almost akin to the cameras in the Wailing that get very interesting, and the ending is similarly like a bit of a question in a very devastating way. Yeah, I really want to watch Cure after watching The Wailing. I really want to rewatch it right now. I'm obsessed with that movie.
It's on my list. I still haven't seen it. I've been told to because like all of my recs are like, you seem to like Korean horror. Should you do this? And
You
I'm
should
like,
try
I
some
know I need
Japanese
to.
horror that's just as fucked up. I watched it like out of the blue when I was in high school because I was like, people talk about this, we'll put it on. And it is like murder mystery police procedural, Lynchian supernatural horror thriller. And it works on like anachronism and hypnosis. I'm like, these are all the things I love.
That's a good damn Saturday.
Like
I need
baked
to do
into
that.
one movie. It's for me. It's like the Junji Ito thing.
Right.
This whole is for me.
Anything else that we want to say about this movie before we move on to the game? Any burning
This
designs?
movie hates religion, and I love it for that.
Yes.
This movie said no to your local religious beliefs, to your Catholic religious beliefs. Fuck y'all. It's all bad.
But I don't know if that's true because, I mean, it is actually happening. Like, none of this is made up. There is, like, an actual supernatural thing that's
Yeah,
happening.
it is actually happening, but all of the religious institutions are corrupt.
Yeah. I guess that's true.
So,
accept
all of the
that.
religious institutions seem involved,
Yeah.
if anything. So,
Yeah,
fuck them.
it's true.
Like this movie, while we're on this religion track, this movie really made me want to like do like a little deep dive into like Korean exorcisms because this in the closet make them look lit.
Yeah.
And it's a party.
Yeah.
And I'm like, wow, I don't ever want to see an American exorcism ever again. Like, done.
The movie where they do the shaman is doing the exorcism in this movie is so abrasive and hard to watch. It goes on for a long time, and the loud drumming, it makes you feel like it's hypnotic in an evil way. Like, it's like it feels bad.
Really loved it.
I liked it
Is
too.
that
I mean, it's
fucked
very
up?
well made, but
No, but like it reaches a point where like it gets disrupted, and I'm like, no, let it keep going. What's wrong with you? Why? He told you not to.
This is the first exorcism I've enjoyed since my jackass brother wanted to hold an exorcism for me because I told him he was a jackass. So, yeah.
Wait, what?
Listen, I haven't spoken to him in at least 12, 13 years.
Well, you and I have that in common.
Listen.
This is how fucked up it is to be Southern. Like, your family is just full of this
Right?
shit.
He was like, only a demon would speak to me that way. And I was like, or somebody who's met you. And then that was bad. And now we don't go to the same rooms anymore.
Yeah.
To be fair, I did feel a demon fly out of my body.
Right?
Well, I think it's time to pivot to our favorite game, the game Have They Seen It, where we speculate wildly about about notable figures and whether or not they've seen the movie. Anyone got one they want to go with?
So I know that the holiday season is not a year-round thing, and I've been wondering how Miss Mariah Carey would handle herself for the rest of the time.
Oh,
do we think she's seen it?
Mariah Carey. Do you think she likes horror movies?
I think
way.
she does not like horror movies.
Really? I could go either way. I feel like I don't know. I feel like is she married? She's married to somebody, right? Or what?
Sometimes
Divorced.
Her and Nick Cannon were a
Nick Cannon,
thing,
that's
and now
what I was
both of
thinking.
them are not talking, I think.
So sometimes I feel like women like Mariah Carey, if they have a man with them, not to be sexist, but if it's like an excuse to like cuddle up to a man, you know, like I'm demure and I'm scared of a scary movie.
Listen, I pull that tactic
way.
so much. It's hard with my house looking like this, but I still pull it.
I think she hasn't seen this. That's my gut. Do you have a different instinct, Sharai?
I think it's been put on in front of her, but she won't watch anything that's put on in front of her because she is Mariah Carey.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think that's probably true.
Yeah.
I don't think she's seen it. I think she's seen Parasite. I'm sure she's seen Squid Game,
I think
but
that.
I do not think she has seen The Wailing.
Yeah. Squid
I
Game's
think that's a
pretty
few
hard to
levels
watch.
deep.
I gotta finish it.
I
like
never saw it,
Squid Game a
and
lot.
I'm fine.
I liked it a lot. I thought it was really great. I'm surprised at how popular it is because it
Same.
is really violent and pretty hard to watch at parts. So I was surprised that it was such a huge breakout hit. Well, we kind of brought him up in a roundabout way earlier. Do we think Takashi Miike saw this? The Japanese filmmaker?
I think
I think so.
Takashi Miike has absolutely seen The Wailing, and I think it's the kind of movie that when he's having a tough day and things aren't going right on the 3 film sets that he's working on at the same time, and he needs to relax and unwind, he draws himself a nice hot bath, pours himself a drink, and cozies up with The Wailing.
God,
I think
love
this
that
is
idea.
just like comfort food for him.
I love
Same.
the idea of Takashi Miike in a bad like work situation on set. It's like, you know what? This day has been a wash. I'm going to go home. I'm going to do a face mask. I'm going to pour a glass of white wine. And I'm going to watch The Wailing.
Yes.
I
see this.
I love it. I mean, it's not dissimilar from what I do when I've had a rough day.
I mean, I do the same thing, but with Mario Bava movies.
Yeah, I was going to say, for me, it's
yeah.
Daughters of Darkness or Let's Scare Jessica to Death, but same vibe.
Yep.
Yep.
Do you have anyone, Drusilla?
So this is just a really out-of-pocket one. And granted, he was not really able to choose what he was watching around the time that this movie came out. But he's had at least 2 years of freedom of choice in terms of his film viewing picks. And he's very vocal on social media now, so I kind of wonder if anyone knows if John Hinckley has seen The Wailing.
Oh.
Absolutely is my gut instinct.
Yes.
I think he has.
He's watching it right now.
Yeah,
What?
he's watching it right now. It's always playing in the background of his
It
apartment.
sounds weird, but I feel like he'd like it. Like,
Yeah, I think so.
he liked Taxi Driver.
Yeah. Taxi Driver feels like very much his vibe.
I like the idea of John Hinckley getting out of prison in 2020, getting a Netflix account, and it immediately being like, if you like Taxi Driver, you would love The Wailing.
What if he's really into the chilling adventures of Sabrina?
I wouldn't be surprised if he was, dude.
Or like if he's like really into the new Queer Eye.
Oh god, can you imagine?
He made he tweeted something recently that like went viral because he was like very loudly like pro Roe v. Wade and like it's a woman's body, it's a woman's choice, and I'm like anti-firearms and like fuck homophobes, fuck transphobes, and I was just like, oh damn, John Hinckley.
Yeah.
What?
You know what they say? Even
What?
a broken clock is right twice a day.
I mean, granted, he did try to shoot Reagan in the 80s, so like
Yeah. I mean, can't fault him for that.
it's not he's done some good stuff. Like, I'm a fan of his work, I guess.
Well, I think that's it for this episode of Bloodhouse. Thank you so much for listening. Sharai, where can people find you?
You can find me at Miss Sharai on Instagram and Twitter. Me and all my podcasts and all my random Dread Central articles live there. Too much time on Twitter, to be honest.
And Drusilla, where can people find you?
You can find me over on Instagram at Hyde Sister, and you can find all of my art and myself over at sisterhydedesign.com. I'm also over on Letterboxd. What about you, Josh?
I'm at Josh O'Conkle on Twitter, Instagram, and Letterboxd. And you can follow the show at BloodhousePod on all the socials and email us at bloodhousepod@gmail.com. Drusilla, what are we watching next week?
Next week, we're going down under, and I'm going to apologize immediately for that Australian accent, to watch the beloved and underseen Australian horror film Next of Kin.
Ooh, can't wait. Sharai, thank you so much, and thank you for listening. We'll see you next week.